Hello students, in this video we begin the chapter of polynomials for class 9. Okay, so to understand polynomials we need to know certain terminologies, certain definitions of what they mean. So because when we solve problems of polynomials we'll come across these definitions or certain terms that we will be using, and we should be familiar with what do they actually mean. So let's begin with a few of those first. So we'll begin first with something called constants, then variables, and also terms. Okay, what are constants? Now constant is something, the actual definition of constant means something that does not change or something that remains the same. For example, a number like 1 or 2 or 3, the value of 1 will always remain 1, it will not change, or the value of 2 will always remain 2 and the value of 3 will always remain 3. There is no change, you cannot substitute it with another value because the quantity of 1 defines 1 or just number 1, and 2 means that there are 2 of them. So similarly these are numbers which are referred to as constants. On the other hand, you have something called as variables. What are variables? Variables refer to quantities or certain things that keep changing or keep varying. Variables come from the word vary. To vary means to change, so it will keep changing, and we usually denote or designate variable by X, Y, Z, A, B, C, any of the letters of the English alphabet. Okay, now in place of X, the value of X can be equal to 1, it can be equal to -1, it can be equal to 0, 2, it can be equal to 3, equal to 4, equal to 5. Okay, so not just with respect to polynomials, variables just denotes that something that can change or keep changing as per the problem or as per what value you would like to take for that particular letter, whether it is for X or Y, Z, A, B or C. Okay, then you have something called as terms. Now what are terms? Now constants and variables together make up one term. So let me show you. These are constant we said. So let's take 2 and let's take a variable X. This becomes a term, one term. Okay, so this is a constant and this is a variable. 2 has another term when it is put before the variable, and I will come to that later on in this video. But for now, just imagine that a constant and a variable together, they form something called as a term. When we speak of a polynomial may have just one term or it may have more than one term. Okay, but we'll come to that part a little later. For now, just understand these three terms: constant, variables and terms. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 numbers which have a value, a definite value which do not change. 1 means 1, universally 1 means 1, 2 means 2, 3 means 3. It will not have any other number. Similarly, you will have others like √2 or √3 or pi. These are constants. But variables are something that can change and vary with respect to the problem, with respect to the value that you assume or take for that particular variable. X, as I showed you, X can be so and so, Y also can be so and so forth. Terms comes to this. So a polynomial will have either one term or many terms. So these are the three terminologies that we need to know before we begin with polynomials. Alright, now we look at what is a polynomial. So usually you will get a polynomial in this form. this would be regarded as a polynomial. So here you have, as you see, this is the constant, this is the variable, this is the constant, this is the variable, and here you only have the constant. Okay, now I'll come to this part. Here, have a look, something on top or just above x. Now this is referred to as a coefficient. The constant is referred to as a coefficient. This is the power of x or the variable. So power of the variable, or you can say the index. Okay, and as we know, this is the variable in a polynomial. And look at how the arrangement has been done in a polynomial. It begins with 4x square plus 3x minus 2. So the power of x over here is 2, power of x over here is 1. So when it is not mentioned, it is 1. And what about here? There is no x over here. No, there is an x, but that x has a degree of 0. X raised to 0 is equal to 1. In fact, anything raised to x, like if you take 1000 raised to 0 is also equal to 1, or 10 raised to 0 is also equal to 1. That is why x raised to 0 is 1, and 2 into 1 is nothing but 2. So that's why we don't write 2x raised to 0. Similarly, x raised to 1 is also equal to 1, is also equal to x. That is why we do not write x raised to 1. Then have a look how it has been arranged. The degree, it begins with the highest degree first. 2 is the highest degree, then it is 1, then it is 0 over here. So it is always in the descending order. Okay, there is some arrangement that is always been done. And have a look, this is one term, this is two term, this is third term. So these many terms together, when they are added or subtracted, okay, together form what we call as polynomial, where the coefficients are real numbers. Okay, they are real numbers. So they real numbers means you can have whole numbers, you can have natural numbers, you can even have your integers. Okay, so these are real numbers. You can even have these are rational numbers, but you can also have your irrational numbers. If we recall what we have done in our first chapter, we will know what are real numbers. So we can also have irrational numbers as well. So you can have something like root 2x as well. This will also form a part of polynomials. Secondly, x, the variable. Okay, variables should not be equal to 0. Important part. Okay, variables should not be equal to 0. So x should not be equal to 0. What will happen if x is becoming, then the term will cease to exist. Let's take an example over here itself. 4x square, we have 4x square, the first term in this. If we take x equal to 0, what will happen? This will become 4 into 0 raised to whole square, and any 0 raised to anything doesn't really matter, is always 0. So and 0 into anything also is also 0. So this will become 0. That means the term will cease to exist. That is why we cannot have the variable equal to 0. So variable cannot be equal to 0. This constants or coefficients are real numbers. So that is when we get a polynomial. Okay, many terms together make up polynomial. What if there is only one term? Then there is a word for it. Let's say if we have just one term, let's say it was only 4x square, then this makes up a monomial. If there were two terms, like for example 4x square plus 3x, okay, this is called as a binomial. And in this case, where we have three terms, 4x square plus 3x minus 2, we can call it as a trinomial. To avoid giving different words for each depending on the number of terms that we have, we just give it one generalized term called as the polynomial. Okay, so this is also a part of a polynomial, this is also part of a polynomial, this is also part of the polynomial. But if we want to classify them based on the number of terms, then yes, we have some words like monomial, binomial. Bi means 2, mono means 1, tri means of course 3. Okay, now few more things that we need to know based on the degree. What is the degree of the polynomial? Now degree of the polynomial depends upon which is the highest degree in this. So if you got to see which is the highest degree, in this case the highest degree is 2. Again it will be 2 over here, 2 over here. Let's take different examples to understand degrees of polynomials. I'll leave this over here because I do not want y'all to get confused between monomial, binomial, trinomial based on degree. Monomial does not mean the first degree. So there are something you have like your first degree polynomial, then you have a second degree polynomial, you have a third degree polynomial, and it can go actually on depending on the degree. Now what does a first degree polynomial mean? Where the highest degree of the polynomial is 1. For example 2x plus 4. Here the highest degree of the polynomial is 1 because x, the variable, has a degree 1 over here. 4 does not show a variable, which means that it is 4x raised to 0. So the highest degree is always the degree of the polynomial, is depending upon the highest degree that is present within that polynomial, and here in this case it is x raised to 1. So this is known as the first degree polynomial. Let's take another example. Here 2 has x raised to 0 and here 4x means x is raised to 1, but the highest one is x raised to 2, which means it is a second degree polynomial. Similarly, if we take another one like to show you example of third degree, then we can take 4x raised to 3 plus 3x square plus 4x plus 2. Here the highest degree of this particular polynomial will be 3. Hence this will be called as a third degree polynomial. Now this has got nothing got to do with monomial, binomial, trinomial. Trinomial does not mean third degree. Trinomial is referring to the number of terms that we have got. Third degree is referring to the power of the variable or the index. How the highest power of the polynomial. It is referring to the highest power of the polynomial when we refer to as a third degree polynomial. Here we are only referring to the number of terms. Okay, because if we take for example over here, this is a trinomial. Okay, now because of the number of terms, but the degree of this polynomial is 2. So it is a second degree polynomial. Now first degree polynomials, okay, are also referred to as linear polynomial, and second degree polynomial are referred to as quadratic polynomial, and third degree polynomial are referred to as cubic polynomial. Okay, clear with the terminologies and the concepts? Do not get confused with this. These are referring to only number of terms that make up the polynomial, whereas here we are checking for the degree or highest degree of the polynomial, right? Few more things to note over here. We said that in case of polynomials it has to be in a particular order. So I'll just erase this part. We said it has to be in a particular order. That order has to be either increasing or decreasing. Like for example, in this case it is decreasing, 4x square plus 3x minus 2. This is the proper way to write a polynomial. It can also be written in the reverse way. For example, minus 2 plus 3x plus 4x square. So this is an increasing order. Or I'll give you another example, 6 plus 4x minus 10x square. This is increasing order. And this particular example that we take was decreasing order. So we usually they are in decreasing order, starting from the highest degree first, okay, and coming down to the lowest degree, which is, in case of this example, it is x raised to 0. Also, the power of the variable should be a non-negative integer. What are integers? Integers are negative as well as positive, and they include even 0. So towards your right you will have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and towards the left you will have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So our powers, the powers of the variable or the indices, okay, singular is index, plural is indices. The power should be non-negative integer. So we do not want this part. It can be 0, or it can be any of the positive integers, but it should not be raised to minus 2, minus 1 and so forth. Okay, this is the rule of the polynomial. So we have covered all the aspects of polynomials in the introductory part, which should help you it should be like the basis which will help you to solve problems as we go to the next few videos. So if you have liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you receive notification whenever a new video is posted. Thank you very much for watching. See you again.